on in our class was kind of the historical, one of the things that really separates early swing dancing. And what I mean by swing, it's not the general term we all use today. Swing dance, underneath that falls, you know, Carolina Shag, West Coast Swing, Lindy Hop and all that. We're talking about historical swing dance. Most major cities in America had a form of swing dance in the 20s. Going back to 1910 in San Francisco, Texas taught me swing dance. And what kind of differentiates some of the swing dancing as opposed to Lindy hopping, at least historically, was the fact that the circularness to the linear movement. And so that's what we focused on. Obviously, we got you guys getting out there in open position from the early styles, but then we talked about the right shoulder and that. The leader, you're in charge of that, okay?
So you can either drop your partner's shoulder back and that makes it circular, or you keep it forward and that kept it linear.
And we also showed you from a more traditional, what they called the Collegiate, which was a style, was the Charleston. However, the rhythms were totally different. Charleston is a very, you guys know a Charleston rhythm. By the end of the 20s, they were not doing Charleston rhythm anymore at all. It was a swing rhythm, but they were still using the same patterns as the Charleston.
So we had our rock step kick.
We showed you this, and of course,
rock step kick, rock step kick.
We just kind of let you know this was where our basic kind of came from. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. You rock the follow on 1, you rock her on 5.
What you was away and together, away and together. Then we kind of made it a little bit circular if you want it. And the leaders went forward.
Forward, we took the follower, put her in front. Oh man, a rock step. You knew it. And the flavor of this, we didn't get into a lot of the footwork variations because we only had an hour to deal with. And we, like I said, we took it from a Charleston into what's called the Collegiate, which is up on the 3s and the 7s. But you can absolutely do it from what they call the box step or a 2-step, or in the 20s, a foxtrot, but an 8 count. Boom, it's the same thing. You can go down on the 3s or 7s or up. It doesn't really matter. Same thing. You're still rocking on 5. You're still rocking on 1.
And then we did a little swing out from here. Nice and easy. 1, 2, 3. 5 pulls past. 1, 2, 3. 5 pulls past. The big difference here is that you kept that rock and then you let her go out instead of cutting it off and doing a whip that most of you are familiar with. Yeah?
Rock. And rock. Now, from there, that was keeping the follower's shoulder forward. Very, very much so. 1, 2, 3, 5. It stays forward, so I can pull her in this linear fashion. 1, 5, and a 1. If I want to drop her shoulder back, 1. What happens is she rolls forward. We don't fight that issue at all. I know many of us probably have in our past confused the two. I have as a leader. Anyways, of course I have. And if you get in between, dropping the shoulder, keeping it forward, what happens is I get this kind of a speed wobble on my 1, 2, 3, and 4 when the follower comes in. And so just be very aware of what you're doing with that shoulder. 1, 2, 3. If I drop it back, boom, roll it in. If you want to keep it forward, you have a straight linear motion. And so
that's what we did in our first class. In our second and third, where we talked a lot about technique in the first class for the swing out. So we'll just quickly go through it. Instead of breaking everything down, we started side by side. We had the setup here where the follow, actually maybe we'll do it this way. So the follow stretches away, she stays in place. 3 and 4. And we talked a lot about this arm, setting it up here so that, boom, So I think the biggest part is that there's that hesitation for the follows. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This turn here, I'm still here, and then he sends me down the line. There's a lot of power in that arm. And we did the same thing when we got back to the swing out.
Right.
Yeah? 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7.
And we talked about leaders using your right foot as kind of a, I want you to know where your right foot is, put it there on purpose, and have it be where your follower is going to go. And really understand that control. Once you understand that control, throw it all away, whatever you want. So again, using that 1, 2, 3, and 4, using my right foot as kind of like my sights and where I want to send or shoot my follow. My right foot decides where do I want my follower to go. There's an opening. 1, 2, 3, and under rotate. See, 1, 2, 3, over rotate. It's up to you. Use your right leg though.
And follows, we have to just wait until he puts our foot down.
Another thing we also spoke about, just kind of to help the way the body works, The leaders, just for fun, look where you're going to send your follower on 3, and then try to get your head back there on 5. It can be considered a style thing, I know that, but use it as a technical thing, how your body works from up top, as I showed you in class, rotating your shoulders. So if I was to 3, 5, and for many reasons, 2, 3, and 5. Okay, use your head. Use your head. Use it also as a safety mechanism, obviously. You can see where you're going to send your follower on the floor. Is that spot still available or not? You know what to do if there's somebody swung out there.
Okay, so then in the last class we did some footwork. So the first thing follows, we removed our feet. We took our triple steps out, so we did this. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Triple step, one more time. 5, 6, 7, walk, walk, walk. And again, we don't want to do this. That's affecting our partner. And I'll just show the other one that the follows did. We did this. We did the syncopation. 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, and 2, 3. Close the 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4.
Yep.
Yeah? Leaders?
Oh, we did the Mills. We played around with some tribute to John Mills and some of the stuff that we all used to do in the 90s. It seems like forever ago. That's weird.
It was.
Come on. We're not that old. All right, John Mills. I showed you the more trickier one first, and then I went to the simplistic one. So I'll show you the simplistic one first. 1, 2, 3. He's just at 5, and then he would just straight up allow the follower to pull him around. And again, it's lead. Believe it or not, it's totally lead. If you don't lead the follower to pull her out, she's not going to pull you. So that's the amazing part about this, I suppose, is the fact that the follower absolutely does make that happen for you. Then we spiced that up. We made it a little bit actually fancier. So we went 1, 2, 3, and 4. Step 5, go to 6, open 7, back to 8. And we kind of blended that all together. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2. Boom.
And then the walk behind.
And then we did some walk behinds. As you know, we kept it really easy. I didn't get to the second one, but I'll put it on film. So it's going to be 7, 8, 1, 2 is when you're pulling. There's your left foot is available for 3. Whether you're doing triples or not is up to you guys. With the triple step, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, triple step, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, pull, triple step, boom. Then I want to do a trickier one for the leaders, and they didn't get to it, and it's going to be like this. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2, tap, step, 5, 6, step, 7, 8, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5. So instead what we do, leaders, on that one is we go, instead of kicking 7 and stepping to 8, we go right to 7. 7, 8, with our right foot go 1 and 2. All right, it's going to be right, left, right. And that will open up your left foot for your 3, whether you want to do a triple step or not. So one last time. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2. Boom, boom. With a triple step, it would be 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2. Triple step. 5, 6. So there's 2 different options of what you can do, play around. Again, like Mia said for the followers, leaders, it's not so much meant to be a trick. It's a fun thing to do, of course. But it's really about disciplining your feet and getting your feet to dance underneath you. You guys have no problem dancing huge and fast and big like the Hells of Poppin' and all that. But doing the opposite, I think, is really very, very, very important. At least in social dancing, when you want to dance all tempos and comfortably and not be crazy big.
All right, so that's everything we did. Peter, Mia, thank you very much.
Yeah!